From Champlin Park High School, it's Channel 12 coverage of boys high school lacrosse. And tonight's a Northwest Suburban Conference clash between the Champlin Park Rebels and the Osseo Park Center Oriole Pirates, I guess we'll call them tonight. Along with Dan Ficken, I'm Joe Moline. We're excited for this great matchup here tonight. Champlin Park comes into this game with a lot of success. Osseo right now on a bit of a losing streak coming in and looking to find their game.
Yeah, Champlin, these two programs have been around for a little while. Champlin's built with a good young youth program behind them. They're a young team, but they're an experienced team. They've been playing a couple years now on the varsity and JV level, and are putting a good season together. The only blemish is a loss to a pretty good Armstrong team that everybody thought wasn't going to be there, but they are there. Osseo Park Center, on the other hand, very opposite. They're a veteran team. A lot of seniors have lacked consistency this year. They generally tend to give up a quarter or two, and it really kills them. So they're looking for some consistency here. This will be a good test for them. This is a good Champlin Park team, so they'll be looking to step up.
And for Champlin Park, they come in with a lot of success so far on a nice little winning streak, only one loss on the year. An important game here tonight to kind of get through this one with a victory, and then they have some tough games looming on their schedule.
Yeah, they have Blaine, who was a conference co-champion last year, and Maple Grove coming up, who was also a conference co-champion last year. Those will be big tests for them. They got a very tough schedule. Their goal is to get out of sections and go to state this year on that. So this game, they're going to kind of refine their game, get their plays down to perfection, get used to playing again with each other and moving it up so they can go to the next level.
Our featured players tonight, a couple of seniors that have been around the programs. Corbin Cole leading the way for Osseo, very talented attacker.
Very talented attack. You'll notice his quickness. He's been a 4-year starter. He's a senior with them, a midfielder, and he really moves the ball well. He's got a good shot, can dodge very well. Question is moving that ball, getting it to an open player once they start double teaming him. That's the question that he's going to have to answer tonight. But a lot of the scoring goes to him. He's got 31 points. He's done a very good job putting some goals up for the Orioles.
Matt Blazer also has been putting up a lot of points for Champlin Park, and he's having a big year for them. What makes him so special?
Well, 4-year starter. He works very, very hard at the game, both in season and off season, and it's really showed. I've had a chance to watch him over the years. He's gotten better and better every single year. He leads them. He gets things going for them, and he's making people around him better. Again, 30 points, but he's pretty even goals and assists. That means he's making everybody around him better to make him a more effective offensive team. So he'll be really good to watch. He's very tough, too, which that'll be fun to watch.
There you have it. It's Champlin Park hosting Osseo Park Center, and we'll face it off in just moments here on Channel 12.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
In 4 out of 5 school shootings, the attacker tells someone about it first. Call 1-866-SPEAK-UP to report a weapon threat at school.
And welcome back to Champlin Park High School. Along with Dan Ficken, I'm Joe Moline. We're about to start things up here between Champlin Park at 5-1, the home team in white uniforms here this evening, and at 2-6, Osseo Park Center, who will be wearing black uniforms and the orange jerseys. Teams right now getting the final word from the officials before we face this off between these two Northwest Suburban Conference rivals. And Dan, what's going to be the key early on in this game for Osseo Park Center to try to get up and get this upset here against Champlin Park tonight?
Well, they got to win these face-offs and get control of the ball. They got to keep Champlin Park, a 13-goal-a-game team, off the attack. So the more they control it, it'll almost be like a North Carolina four-corner stall if they can get it. That's going to be a real key to them, and that'll help keep their defense rested up. So not a good start for OPC, but Champlin getting into their attack mode. This is a very efficient offense here, Joe. You'll watch them move it around very well. Coach Bohr of the Rebels said he's very happy with their ball movement. He thinks it's the strongest part of their game, which opens things up a little bit.
It's Zach Turgeon with control. Now he gets over to Connor Smith, fresh onto the field after that winning the faceoff. Now Celine with it, Dylan Celine. To the near side, back to Zach Turgeon. Behind to Ryan McNeil. McNeil comes up from behind, loses control of the ball momentarily, regains possession now. Goes back to Zach Turgeon. Onto the attack is Connor Smith, feeling the defense out a little bit, now giving it off to Blazer. And they'll go back outside the box to Celine. Celine going on the attack to his forehand, gets a shot off, that gets blocked in front. Trying to gather his own rebound now, and he does gain control.
Well, good initial stop by OPC there in defense. Tried to set up a dodge from the 1-3-2 from the up top, and they knocked the ball down very nicely. A good save there by Nick Price of OPC.
Nick Price, who's going to have a good game tonight for the Osseo Park Center team to have a chance. Makes a big save there as Champlin Park got a couple of decent looks on that opening possession. Now a turnover at midfield. Connor Smith intercepted that pass for Champlin Park. And Smith with control goes down to the far side for Blazer. Blazer trying to use his speed to the outside. Come back up top and regroup with Luke Dahlman. Dahlman back to Blazer. Behind the goal comes Turgeon. Nice feed and a goal for Ryan McNeil. Good pass from Turgeon to McNeil as they connect for the first one of the game.
Well, nice play by Turgeon there, setting up, drawing the D off to the side, and just Ryan McNeil standing all by himself in front of the net. Just a quick dipsy doodle as he pumps it in. Turgeon with a good pass across. See McNeil here scoring his 18th goal of the season here. Now taking the lead in scoring for the Rebels this year, but a good heads-up play. And when you're looking at the leading scorer here, Ryan McNeil, you can't let him loose. They're going to have to keep an eye on number 15 here. The OPC does. But good start for the Rebels here.
Champlin Park making the most of their early possession in this game. OPC still looking to get across midfield with some possession. A turnover there. Now the Rebels get control of the ball again.
Now it's really key. They win the face-off, and then nobody's moving, and nobody got open for a pass, so they couldn't really clear it out. And Champlin Park just gets right on it right away and changes possession again, and they scored their first goal off a turnover. Let's see if they can put another one in here off the turnover.
Blazer goes back up top to Dahlman, resetting the offense. Now McNeil. McNeil behind the goal. Patience, finally a shot there. Good save out front. Trying to pounce on that ball is Price, still a fight for it. And while the stoppage here, OPC getting the ball in the clear. Here comes Fafa Sante using some speed. Nice spin move, loses control of the ball, regains now. Asante with an errant pass, and this one will go give the possession back to Champlin Park.
Well, another good stop by Nick Price here as the Rebels just really moved it around nice, got over to the opposite side and got a good shot off, made a save, and then Fafa Asante did a good job clearing it out and carrying it, but then made an errant pass coming across the top and going over the head. But you can see the fight in front of the net here. Nick Price getting that big basket down there and finally grabbing hold of it here.
Dahlman let one fly from just outside. Here comes Matt Steenerson onto the attack, and a quick goal for the Rebels. Making quick work that time was Champlin Park. Steenerson bringing it across and giving it off to Matt Blazer for the goal.
Matt Blazer now tying for the lead here along with Ryan McNeil, scoring his 14th goal of the season. Nice lead-in pass there, just a good pass over from number 6, Luke Dahlman, who made a nice play and gave it into Blazer. The leading scorer, and he put it away behind Nick Price. Kind of leaving Nick Price all by himself. If he's got some coverage in front, he seems to be making the saves okay, but those last 2 goals, Joe, he's just been kind of hung out to dry.
Champlin Park did a really good job there of getting quick on the offense when they gained possession. Here they go again, more possession after winning the faceoff. Now Champlin Park, rare turnover. Osseo Park Center gains control. Struggling with it for a moment there was Lovasolo. Lovasolo now gets it across midfield and into Champlin Park territory.
Good play by Lovasolo here. Kind of got control of it and slowed it down a little bit. Got it inside the box within the 10-second limit. And now it's really key here, Joe. Osseo Park Center, they've got to just run a possession game, look for some openings. It's important for them to keep the ball moving, just like Champlin did and does so well. And then create an opening, probably from a back door on the opposite side.
A centering feed looking back door to Rakos. Unable to connect there on that feed. And that'll give the possession back to Champlin Park, Osseo Park Center. Not able to cut into this Champlin Park lead thus yet. Nice spin move there at center field by Dakota Nicholson. And the Rebels with possession now. McNeil back behind, working it back to the near side for Zach Turgeon. Turgeon trying to get away from the defender. He's being defended on the outside by Brandon Denny. Now he gives it off. Here comes Max Turgeon. Max and Zach can't connect. McNeil gains control though for the Rebels. McNeil trying to get away from the defender. Turns, fires, and misses the net. Possession going back to OPC on the missed shot.
That was the first time Champlin didn't have somebody behind the net. The only one left was the goalie, so OPC gets the possession. Looks like it went off the post there, I think, as Matt Blazer just kind of snuck out in front there and got a nice open shot there.
Nick McCarty trying to get the clear for OPC, struggling a bit, turns it over. Here comes McNeil. McNeil, just as he went to fire the shot, got a nice little slash to his stick, and that made the shot not so successful. Now OPC gains control. Dakota Stimson loses footing, gets back up, using the goaltender now, Price. Price going for the long feed. And running it down, there's Grobner. Grobner trying to go on the attack, gets a shot off, just misses. Rakos was able to recover the ball behind the goal. Now he regains possession once again.
Good counterattack by OPC. They're generating two good shots there. Defense was on top of it, though. On the second shot by Rakos there, they got in front and blocked it, but that's what OPC needs right now. They need to put some offensive pressure on Champlin.
We haven't seen Corbin Cole with a lot of possession for OPC. Now we see Alex Nelson with it. Nice feed, and the pass and the quick shot there from Boom Almquist. Missed wide, and OPC.
We'll take a good look here. Broke away from the side and then came through on this shot here. You'll see him coming around. He gets a shot off. A little stick check got it, but Mike Rakos standing right there. Comes right back in and sees an opening, tries to get it through, but goes off a defenseman's leg.
OPC misses the net once again. It was Lovasolo firing one there, but the Oriole Pirates closest to the ball went out. So here comes a quick shot on goal. Lovasolo gets denied at the doorstep there by Joey Dockin.
Dockin made a nice save there. He stayed steady on his good footwork, good angle on it, got his basket up and used it to stop that shot, kind of closed a little bit on it, cut the angle down. Nice save by the Rebels goalie.
Ryan McNeil now with it for Champlin Park. Now we always talk about in hockey, Dan Ficken, about how the goaltenders in hockey are a little bit different than your average hockey player. What about lacrosse?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these guys are taking shots, balls coming in about 80, 90 miles an hour, and if you notice, they're not wearing a lot of equipment. Basically shoulder pads, et cetera, et cetera. Jump in, and we got a penalty here.
Penalty on OPC. We're taking a look at the scoring chance at the doorstep there for Lovasolo and Osseo Park Center. Meanwhile, penalty on Osseo Park Center. Fafa Asante not off to a great start in this game. Had a pretty bad turnover there at midfield earlier on a rush, and then now gets the penalty here for.
Yeah, 1 minute penalty, I think, for a slash here. So OPC be down a man. Now, if you notice, everything gets a little bit more tighter and contained. You'll see Champlin Park staying inside that box area and OPC tightening up that D. More of a zone situation, just kind of hold that box.
Another big save there by Price as he denies Blazer, who let one rip. And Price will send it halfway the length of the field. Takes a favorable bounce for OPC. Voorhees with it now, and Voorhees will go to the outside and waste a little bit of time.
And his job right now, Joe, don't look for a scoring opportunity. Just keep possession of the ball, which he just lost here. Nice play by the long stick there. Number 10, Michael Burrell.
Voorhees lost it, but did a good job to kind of fight back into the play. And now finally Champlin Park does gain control. They're going to give it off to Dokken. Dokken on the clear up to Cody Schmidt. Schmidt can't connect with Dahlman. Fight for the ball there in midfield. Control to OPC. Rakos, nice move to get away from a defender. Rakos got someone behind him, gets swatted by a midfielder. Knocked the ball loose. Now Rakos is trying to catch up, and ball will go to bounds, and possession's going to go to OPC.
Cody Schmidt, number 4 for Champlin Park, made a nice play, the long stick mid defensively on Rakos. He had no clue he was coming behind him and just whacked it out of there, which is not a slash in this game as long as you get all stick. But he came back and lost possession, and I almost thought he got pushed behind a little bit there, Joe, but they give it to OPC regardless.
With possession now as Tyler Dahlberg goes inside. There's Rakos, and he scores!
Nice play. Nice setup by number 36, Alex Nelson here. Could get it coming across from the right side. Comes a little high, draws the D to him. Mike Rakos is smart enough to come in underneath him. See the play here now. Nelson right here, draws the D to him. Rakos made a nice cut and came across, got the pass and put it in. And OPC needed that, making it a 2-1 game. And coming off that penalty, which they killed very well too, just took possession inside Champlin's zone and kept it there and then turned it over fast. And you're going to find in this game, Joe, that turnovers are huge in this game, and ground balls too. Every coach will talk about ground ball wars. It's a one-on-one, and the more ground ball wars you win, obviously the more possessions you get. And possession's really key in the game of lacrosse.
It's interesting to watch Osseo Park Center too, who struggled making kind of the easier pass earlier on in the game. Such a beautiful passing play right there, leading to a goal.
Well, that's kind of been their problem all year. They have had trouble putting together a 48-minute game. They'll have moments where they can't hold on the ball, they can't pass it, they start dropping. But then you see some of the, I mean, we've seen some good offensive movement here by them in the last 5-6 minutes here, and obviously now it's resulted in a goal for them. So they definitely can do it. They just got to get a little more focused and put it together in 48 minutes.
Little momentum right now for OPC. Into the zone comes Mike McCarty, and still with some possession for Osseo Park Center. Dahlberg. Onto the field comes Kenneth. Ellingbo with it now for OPC. Gives it off to Dahlberg now. To the near side for Kenneth. Voorhees. Voorhees doing some work on Max Turgeon. Gives it off to Dahlberg. Dahlberg taking his time right now for OPC to Ellingbo.
That's what we're talking about here too, Joe. So just possession, control it. Create some openings, but hold on to the ball. Keep the ball out of your defensive zone. Your D's getting tired by this point. Try to create something, but hold on to it for a little while.
Rakos. And now a shot from the outside, and he scores! Tyler Dahlberg lights it up on the feed from Rakos.
Oh, just a kind of a mistake in gapping there by the Rebels. They gave Dahlberg a little bit too much room. That ball came out after a good move down low and got it up top, and the senior just fired it. Got a great shot. See coming through, and he just winds up. Look at how much room he had there, too. And just beats Joey Dokken here from far out. So a little mistake made by the Rebels there, and all of a sudden we got a tie game. This is good news for OPC. They needed this. They've been getting down 4 or 5 goals at one run, and they're keeping pace here. So this is a bonus for them right now, and Champlin's got to be a little worried about it.
Hey, look what Champlin Park's been doing to their opponents this year, too. They're averaging over 12 goals per game. I mean, they've really blown out a lot of teams.
Yeah, they have. That's why it's so important to keep them out of your defensive zone. But, you know, here's another situation, too. They get Osseo Park Center gets a change of possession on a push from behind without possession. So you can see how important possession is here. And all of a sudden, OPC's starting to make some of these turn around, and they're back in this game now.
Rakos scores again. Well, individual effort there from Rakos. And Osseo Park Center gets its first lead of the game.
Well, Rakos did a good job here. He came in and he had his head up the whole way. He saw that they were giving him a little bit of room, And then he took a classic lacrosse shot. You always want to change direction. And you'll see him come through. Nobody's coming down on him. And he takes it, and he goes up, down. It's not a straight line. It's not a fastball. It's going down into the dirt and bounces. And it's really tough for a goalie to do that. And I see the Rebels here calling a timeout, kind of get things reset here. Turn it around. But right now, this past 5-6 minutes, Joe, I'd say OPC's really picked it up. And I thought they've played consistently well after, I think, a 3-minute start that wasn't the best.
You don't have to know lacrosse to know that taking a timeout to slow down the momentum was necessary right now for Champlin Park, because all the momentum in the world right now in favor of OPC.
Well, one of the things, too, I talked to Coach Bohr. We talked to Coach Bohr on the Rebels coach, and they're very young teams we talk about. They are loaded with sophomores. Now, they have some experience, but their defense is pretty much strictly all sophomores, so they're still learning on the fly. They're going to have some gaps here now, and this is stuff that they want to work on if they're going to contend in the conference with the Maple Groves and the Armstrongs and the Blaines here. They've had a successful season. Now we'll see how they handle some adversity here.
Northwest Suburban Conference, also not the kind of conference that's just easy to fly to the top. There's some pretty good, solid teams in this conference, in this area, playing lacrosse.
Absolutely. Blaine's been rated. Maple Grove's been rated. Armstrong's going to get rated here. They're playing very well. And, Centennial for the past few years has been a state tournament participant. So the upper half of this league is pretty doggone good and contend with the big boys from Benilde and Eden Prairie and all that. So it's one of the only conferences, too, that every single school in this conference got a Boston.
Good battle there, run by the Rebels.
And Cody Schmidt doing just like a long stick midi ought to do. Comes in and picks up the garbage and gets things moving. Good play by him. Oh, failure to advance.
Failure to advance called on Champlin Park. Schmidt must never have either didn't gain the is it called the box?
He didn't gain the box, yeah.
Didn't gain the box or spent too much time outside of it. But yeah, I don't think he actually got into it ever.
No.
He's looking for some help there as he got the ball across midfield. Oh, big hit there on the spin move from Corbin Cole. But now another chance for Osseo, and that one just hung in his stick a little bit too long on the shot for Almquist.
It's a high-low kind of bounce, a little too high.
Rakos having such a good quarter so far on this one. Trying to get things going again. Gives it off to Dahlberg. Dahlberg outside. Lovasolo looking to get that shot. He wants to get that big shot off and got a good spin move. Gave himself enough room to get it off, but missed wide.
You notice the Rebels, they have made the adjustment. You see they're coming out and challenging now. They're not giving OPC the first 10 yards into their zone.
And that's going to do it
for the end of the quarter.
For quarter number one. A first quarter that was dominated early by Champlin Park. It was Osseo Park Center. Came back strong in the second half of the quarter. They are up 3-2. You're watching.
What came naturally, spending free time running through the grass, exploring streams? But times have changed. Today's indoor kids spend more than 7 hours in front of electronic media. That's why National Wildlife Federation created the Be Out There movement. Outdoor play improves kids' health, body, mind, and spirit. It helps them stay fit, enhances creativity, and could even make them better students. There's a reason they call it the great outdoors. Learn more at beoutthere.org.
Travel advisories to small business loans, student loans, to taxes online. Whether you have information to get or ideas to give, USA.gov is the official place to connect with your government. From surplus car auctions to finding a new job, our new mobile apps will keep you updated on the go. So check out USA.gov, because the country runs better when we stay connected.
My name is Ben Vereen.
My name is Beth Kitzinger.
My name is Wayne Curry.
I have type 2 diabetes.
I have type 1 diabetes.
I have type 2 diabetes.
It doesn't hold me back.
It doesn't hold me back.
It doesn't hold me back.
Nearly 26 million people are living with diabetes in this country. If you or someone you love has diabetes, talk to your doctor and visit standfordiabetes.org to learn more about how you can take a stand for diabetes. If you have diabetes, it doesn't have to hold you back.
Back at Champlin Park High School, boys high school lacrosse. A doozy so far. Osseo now going left to right in the second quarter. Dan Fick and I'm Joel Moline. Glad you could join us here tonight. Channel 12 bringing you a lot of spring sports, all jam-packed into a couple of months here as the school season's winding down. I know being married to a teacher, the days are being counted down right now. The finish line is near.
Yeah, and the intensity in these spring sports too. It seems like, you don't really get a lot of practice time. You're spending more time playing games now, and with weather interrupts that, all of a sudden you're doubling up even more. So we're real fortunate. We got a beautiful night tonight. It's been the nicest night all week, Joe.
Oh, it's a little sticky out here too.
Yeah.
Some pretty decent humidity, so it's going to be. I wouldn't even be surprised if if we don't see a little fatigue setting in the fourth quarter, the way these two teams are going at it, and the heat that's on the field here tonight. Osseo Park Center somewhat picking up right where they left off in the end of the first quarter with possession. Well, the Rebels really possessed the ball for almost half of that first quarter.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of possession now since.
No PC finally figured out. We talked about at the beginning of the game. If they're going to have a chance of beating Champlin, they're going to have to possess. They're going to have to keep that potent 13-goal-a-game Champlin offense out of their zone. And right now they're doing it. Doing a good job. Move the ball back outside here really nice.
We just saw Alex Nelson for a moment there, number 36 for Osseo Park Center. He tried to attack, didn't have a cutter, and started drawing multiple defenders and pulled it out. Smart decision. There we see a big save there by Joey Dokken. Had a couple of nice saves early in that game. That's a nice one. Keeping this game at a 1-goal deficit for the Rebels.
Dokken's looking really good too. He's having a sensational year. He's got a .622 per save percentage, which in lacrosse is really good. In hockey, that's horrible, but in lacrosse is good. And he's done a good job for him and stepped up real nice. You're not going to get anything. If he can see it from 20 feet away, he's going to stop it.
Champlin Park, pretty big possession here now as they try to get back to where they started off in this contest. On the far side, Matt Blazer going back behind the goal. Zach Turgeon. Turgeon gets his pass knocked down, but he regains control. Turgeon looking down low, finding McNeil. McNeil back to Turgeon. Behind the goal now they go. Is Blazer up top. And a shot and a goal. Blazer feeds Dahlman, and Dahlman buries it.
Nice play. Good movement. Started around going counterclockwise and then brought it back and got through the backside, got it out to Dahlman, and he just rips one from about 20 feet out. Good shot. Nice setup. Really did a nice job doing what they do. Moving the ball, getting into the open guy. Dahlman recognized he had an open shot, got it down there before the D could get on him, and put it right into the lower corner. Nice shot.
Got to tell you, pretty impressive to see this Champlin Park team, the way they move without the ball too, and they're incorporating so many different players into the offense. It's not a two-man game out there. They're getting everybody involved, and everyone seemed to have touched it on that scoring opportunity.
Yeah, their three top scorers have really stepped up. Both McNeil, Dahlman, and Blazer stepped, but it's been the other parts too. We've called, Cody Schmidt, their long stick midi, who's done a great job so far tonight. Has some good stops, cleaned it out good. But you're right, Max Turgeon being part of it. Zach Turgeon, they're moving it around very, very nicely, and that's what it takes. And that's why they've had the success they've had so far this year.
3-3, 9:20 to go in quarter number 2. All tied up here again.
Legal procedure on Champlin Park, so it's a free give to OPC.
RPC had the lead once in this game at 3-2. Champlin Park has led 1-0 and 2-0. Now they've tied it up. Our second tie of the game.
Now you can see the difference here now too is that they're kind of looking at one guy to make all the moves. He's getting double teamed, and he broke it. Very nicely done. Is that
Alex Nelson just went to work on the Champlin Park defense there, made a nice spin move, had a little bit of a size advantage, and then got in tight to the goal and didn't make a mistake.
Well, you see a good move here. He sees a double team coming. He runs away from it, gets a little edge around number 18, Dakota Nicholson, and just finds a hole there over the right-hand shoulder of Joey Dokken and makes a really nice move. It's a rarity. You don't see that happen too much, but he had a nice move. It was that quick spin right away that got him the advantage. But we're just going to comment. Nobody else was moving. Well, I guess why not? If he can do it, let him do it.
Yeah, I don't think it was the best offensive possession in terms of moving the ball and getting the ball around the offensive set, but Nelson with a great individual effort. You can see where the defender kind of made a mistake there. The double team was coming, and he didn't err on the other side to help trap him.
He came from the outside, and he should have turned and coming out from the inside.
Now trying to do a little individual effort himself was Matt Blazer. Doesn't get the goal, gets a shot and a save, but does draw a penalty.
Got a holding penalty here. And I think number 10 of OPC, and yeah, he's got that stick up when he's pulling. You can see the tug there. So that's going to cost him a minute. And that'd be Dakota Stimson here. So we'll see what Champlin can do here with the man advantage. I would expect, again, they'd be looking for a back door here. Joe, they'll try to move it around quickly, get that box compressed and swaying to one side, and then they'll bring it back to the other side.
Dakota Stimson, good multi-sport athlete for Osseo High School, taking the break now with the penalty, and Champlin Park goes back with the one-man advantage. Almost a turnover there, but they're going to regain possession. Blazer, far side to Dahlman, and a goal for Champlin Park. Nice pass to the inside. I think it was Max Turgeon who gets
I think
that
you're
one.
right. Nice setup here. Kind of stacked it a little bit, and the sophomore got a hold of it and maybe just turned around and let her rip. High-low again, the lower part of the net. The move from Blazer there. Good pass from Dahlman, and Turgeon just really nice job. He knew where the net was, Joe. He came around real fast. He didn't really even get a good look. He just took it and ripped it and found the net and tied it back up again, 4-4 here, and the penalty pays off for Champlin Park.
Dahlman got the assist. He now has 2 assists and a goal on the night. Out of the 4 goals for Champlin Park, heavy contributor. Champlin Park looking to get that lead back now here, 4-4. On the attack comes Dylan Celine. Back to Blazer, and Blazer's going to go back behind the net. McNeil.
You know, sign of a good team here. Good, well-disciplined, well-coached team, Joe. They, had a little trouble at the end of the first quarter here, but Champlin Park's really settled themselves down. They're starting to win some face-offs now, getting in possession. It's amazing what a couple goals can do for you. Get your confidence right back.
Celine lost his footing. Now a ground ball fight for the ball. Celine using his body, trying to get back into it. And Osseo Park Center is the one that comes away with control. It's Chris Cogswell. He headmans to Lovasolo. Lovasolo with some speed into the box. Shot and a save by Joey Dockin. Lovasolo didn't get much on that one.
If you were to pull a little bit over to the middle and brought it back to the left, then that other wing coming down, that other midfielder would have been open on that. Rushed it a little bit. He's got to kind of slow it down when he starts feeling that double team coming.
Zach Turgeon with control for the Rebels. Now loses that control.
.25 Brandon Denny there, and the D's got to get a handle on it. He made a good play there and kept Turgeon back off, got the ball away from him, just couldn't scoop it up there on the end line to get a possession and start it back.
Dahlman to the near side for Turgeon. Zach Turgeon getting away from the defender. A feed to the middle. Good passing play. That one stuck on the post and sat on the line for a moment. No goal as Nick Price was able to keep that from going in after it hit the post.
He's going to need some help here.
Cogswell in trouble being double teamed, and now we have a stoppage.
We'll take a look at this last save here. You can see into the middle and a quick shot there real fast, and I think he got a bit of the basket on it, to be honest with you. Just caught the edge and slowed it down and dropped before it went over the goal line.
Either the basket or the cage on his helmet. Nonetheless, he was in the way of and helped prevent that goal right there.
Cogswell did a nice job too coming out, and just nobody was getting open for him, and finally OPC called timeout just so they could maintain possession before they called the failure to advance on that. But this one's going back and forth. I think Champlin's going to be a little surprised. I think OPC's a little surprised here. There's been a few ups and downs, but not the deep mountains and valleys that they've gone through, and Champlin's getting tested. I'm not sure they were kind of prepared for this.
throwing them off a little bit. They thought maybe they had an easier contest, you think?
I think so.
Well, they're coming off really lopsided victories. 3 wins in a row. April 25th, they beat Centennial 14-4. On the 27th, last Friday, they beat Chaska 15-3. And then just Monday, earlier this week, they beat Andover 18-4. I mean, closest game was a 10-goal victory.
Yeah, and the last 3 teams you called, Centennial, Chaska, and Andover, are pretty good teams. I mean, Andover's only got 2 losses in the league right now. Chaska's doing very well in their independent Lake League. And so they've shown they've got the stuff to beat the really good team. So I think maybe they might have caught a little surprise here.
Well, and as you mentioned to me, I think off air, just some things can turn so fast in lacrosse. You know, all of a sudden, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but Champlin Park or Osseo Park Center, for that matter, could control the rest of the game, and we could still see a 10-goal deficit victory here tonight.
Yeah, we could.
We're all hoping for a close game, and it looks like we're going to get that here. But, of course, with lacrosse, that's always a possibility. Now a really bad turnover there for OPC. Champlin Park now with control as they come into the zone.
Yeah, it might come down to who makes the most turnovers here. That seems to where the offense is being generated on these turnovers and change of possessions. And the team that gets a little more careful with the ball and moves it around correctly into open areas. Oh, very nice.
A nice cut and a beautiful feed by Zach Turgeon to Matt Blazer, and Blazer made no mistake about that one. Put that one in the back of the net.
Oh, Turgeon made a nice move, drew D and 2D back to him, looked back, and now watch his head. He's going to bring that D to him, and he's going to look back, and he just saw Matt Blazer breaking in there, and Blazer beautifully got open. A nice fake shot move here to fool the goalie. Price of Osseo, watch it there. Quick one there. He tried to fake it high, and he brought it back down low. Just a nice shot. Really a skilled shot there by Matt Blazer.
To your point earlier about how much the sport can kind of resemble both, you know, a little bit of every sport, all the major ones, but a little bit of basketball there. A nice little cut without the basketball, little cut without the ball by Blazer, finding his way to the net.
It's got all the elements, and it's the oldest game in the North American continent. It was invented here by the Native Americans. It's been played for thousands of years on the North American continent, and now it's really starting to grow here as a high school sport and obviously a college sport, and we'll see more growth over the next 5-7 years here.
You know, you've really seen a couple of sports grow in the last decade and a half, from being girls hockey and that movement, and now lacrosse, which is kind of similar in the wave that it's kind of going through.
Yeah, and the skills adapted adapt over very well, especially for hockey players and basketball players with, you know, hand-eye coordination and movement, and it's just a natural fit.
Big save right there by Nick Price, and that shot came from Luke Dahlman.
Right off the thigh. Ow.
Yeah, I would like to see only a welts I would build up after playing goalie for a game.
You know, it's like you said earlier, goalies are goalies, and it doesn't matter what sport it is. Oh, boy. Okay, we're going to see a stand-up dodge move here now off a 1-3-2 formation, and he'll look. If he can split him, which
Max
he did.
Turgeon took a big, monstrous hit there as he got through the 2 defenders. Oh.
And down low on the right, they were open. I think it was his brother, Zach, that was open. If he could have got it away just a little quicker, I think he would have been all right.
Fafa Asante with the good defensive play for OPC. Nick Price taking his time, deciding what to do with the ball. Goes near side with it, gets his pass intercepted. Now ground ball, fight for it inside the OPC zone.
Nice stick check. Boy, I'll tell you what, Matt Blazer made a nice play there, just relentless on it, and stayed on and got possession.
And it might lead in a scoring. It's going to lead to a scoring chance, but not a goal. Champlin Park had a golden opportunity, but Zach Turgeon, I think, might have taken his eye off that pass when he was going to receive it.
The problem they're going to have right now, Joe's facing this way toward our press box, is the sun. It's going down behind this press box, and it gets you in your eye sometimes. It's tough to see a white ball.
Now, I saw that they decided to start these games at 6:30 rather than do the night game type of deal. What does night lacrosse look like, and is that maybe more preferred than having the low sun? What are your thoughts?
I think the kids like playing in the afternoon here.
Yeah.
A lot. It can be a little difficult under the lights because, again, that ball is hard to see. It's small, it's white, obviously, and, when you're playing football, that's a big ball coming at you. When you're playing hockey, you got that black puck against the white background. Here, it's a little bit different.
Good control now for Champlin Park. They go back down behind to Ryan McNeil. McNeil gets it back now to Blazer. Back up top and out. Connor Smith. And here comes Connor Smith. Defended by Afonte. Ground ball won by the Rebels. And Blazer scoops it up.
Boy, the Rebels are really showing me some nice discipline here, Joe. They're moving so well, they're creating some shots, but if that door isn't quite open, they're smart enough to pull it back out, or they're supporting each other enough so that the ball does get knocked out. There's always a Rebel or two there to pick it up.
Yeah, the spacing that they have right now, and the way that they're able to move around without the ball is really impressive. Big shot there and a save made by Nick Price. Nice setup. Connor Smith won't let one fly.
Nice shot by number 16, Connor Smith. I'll tell you, nice job.
Comes Ellingbo into the box. Now he'll let the OPC team regroup a little bit.
Nice play, too. He was looking to create a scoring opportunity, but he got disciplined. He saw it wasn't there, and he pulled it back out, waited for the reinforcements to show up here. Nice play by them.
Caniff regrouping. Now they're going to go far side of the field, and we have a timeout. With 1:19 to go in the quarter, Osseo Park Center realizing the importance of this next possession, they're going to take a timeout, down by 1 goal. Try to see if they can't close the gap before half.
Yeah, they're going to play for a last shot here. It's just, it's kind of like basketball here, I got possession of it. Now, they're going to try to set up a play, and there's a variety of plays they can set up. There's a number of formations they can use, be it a 2-3-1 or a 1-4-1 or even a 2-2-2, where they can work some various dodges off or some swing plays. In other words, bring it to one side and then come back either up or the back door opposite side. I think Osseo's had a lot of success working off the wings. I don't know if I go behind the net with them. Champlin's been very good coming off the back there with their X-Man. That's the guy we call behind the net. But Osseo's worked well out of the wing, and they've worked well off the top. Because that's where they've generated most of their scoring chances. So I wonder if we'll get a chance to see Alex Nelson, number 36, get a chance to dodge his way to the front of the net like he did that one time. That was a pretty impressive move.
Yeah, you think on one of the things with making this timeout, you're going to have a chance to drop the play and probably a second play if that one kind of isn't there for you right away. But one of those options with how successful it was a couple of times would be Nelson on a little bit of an isolation.
Yep.
On this near side.
Reiko's coming across on the back side from the left side coming out front. Champlin have to be aware that their 3D in front have got to be tough. Let your middies do the running and covering guys and pressing and challenging. The 3D in front, just zone it out. Watch for the open guy there. Get your sticks up, knock down any pass coming in tight, and make sure that your goalie, Joey Dockham, has played very well this first half, by the way. Let him see it. Just let him see it.
Corbin Cole, one of the captains with it, gives it off now to Almquist. They go near side to Lovasolo, back to Almquist. Now they're going to go back over to Cole. Cole looked up at the scoreboard there to see how much time was left in the quarter. I'm guessing that they are told when to go and attack, and there's going to be a certain number on that clock. Now here they go to Nelson. Thought that might be one of the options they would use. Working it back to the far side for Cole.
Yeah, they got nobody behind. They're keeping everybody on the wings or up top here. That's where they're comfortable with their formations here. So we'll see what opens up. Now they're trying to pull guys away from the middle. I think a dodge is going to come. He'll probably love a solo. He's looking at it. He's getting ready to go. Here we go.
Solo gets into the area for a shot, and a huge save made by Joey Dockin. Absolutely robs Lovasolo on that one.
Connor Smith, number 16, the midi that was on Lovasolo, did a nice job. He got beat by a first step, but he got back in time and cut off the angle, and they let Dockin see that shot. Nice play all the way around.
With 10 seconds left, Champlin Park tried to fire one last one at the goal. It was Dakota Nicholson. He missed wide. Clock stops with 8.2 to go.
Don't see the place. Lovasolo comes down. He gets a nice shot off down low, but he Probably should have got it on the ground a little bit in front of Dockin, because Dockin was all over that with that big basket. And now the Rebels will call a timeout with 6.2 seconds to go. We'll see what kind of a play they come up to. Now what you got to do here now is swing. Blazer's been really good at cutting. And that might be a quick play, get it up to the top, let Blazer come around from the backside as your attack, and just get him the ball right away and let him take a quick shot. Again, OPC, they got to challenge that when that pass comes in, challenge the guy who receives the pass quickly so he doesn't have a good enough setup to get that pass in. And get your 3D in front. Watch for Blazer or Dockin coming across, or Dahlman coming across. See Lovasol here, just got a nice move here. Got that first step and got an opening, but forced to the outside. And I think if we would have got it down a little lower, it would have made a little bit of difference. But good play, good execution. A nice play by Joey Dockin, who's been real solid for the Rebels today.
If I'm Osseo Park Center too, the tighter I get, the more I might go up top with the shot. That's easier said than done. But I've noticed, Dockin not being the biggest guy in the world, and also I think your natural tendency as a goalie or anyone when you're about to get hit by a ball is you kind of slouch a little bit, you get down a little bit lower to the ground. And I think right there, Dockin took away exactly where he was looking to shoot down low. All right, let's see what Champlin Park has drawn up here. 8 seconds to go in the half.
They got to move quick. Okay, goes back up top, and there's the cut right there, but he wasn't quite ready. It's Blazer.
Blazer. And not enough time right there. Blazer went down low to Luke Dahlman, and time expires on the Rebels on that last 8-second chance opportunity, but it's something they will work on as the season goes on. Again, not enough practice time probably in the season to perfect those type of things. It's a work in progress, but still a great half of lacrosse. Champlin Park leads Osseo Park Center 5-4. We'll be right back for highlights and stats. You're watching Boys Lacrosse on Channel 12.
I'm Greg Allman from the Allman Brothers Band. In 1999, I was diagnosed with chronic hepatitis C. Ultimately, I decided to take the next step and talk to my doctor about my options. That step was a big one, but I'm glad I made it. Instead of looking back on memories, I was determined to keep on making them. Don't wait to tune into your Hep C. Talk to your doctor now about your options. And find out more at tuneintohepc.com.
As we recognize the service of America's men and women in uniform, let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Look for ways to support their families and thank them for their sacrifices. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help.
Back at Champlin Park High School, one of the few natural grass fields still around. 5-4, Champlin Park leads Osseo Park Center after 2 quarters of play. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. And early on, it was all Champlin Park. And you're going to see McNeil getting Champlin Park on the board first. Ryan McNeil on a nice little pass there from Max Turgeon. And then it's Blazer. Matt Blazer, that is. Blazer lights it up 2-0 now, and Osseo makes a comeback here. Mike Rakos gets his first one of the game. A nice cut and finishes that one nice and tight to the goal. And then Rakos from a little bit further out blasts one past the goaltender. And that was enough to give Osseo Park Center a 3-2 lead at the time. Champlin Park fought right back and tied it up. Dahlman gets a goal there for the Rebels. Here's Alex Nelson. Nice individual effort, getting around a couple of defenders and burying it for Osseo Park Center. And there's Blazer scoring once again, and that's where we are at. That's the 5th goal of the game for Champlin Park. They now lead 5-4, and they're going to look to see if they can continue that good play in the 3rd quarter. It's 5-4, Champlin Park versus Osseo Park Center. We'll be right back to start the 3rd quarter.
The traditional facelift surgery requires an incision be made along the hairline near the temple and then goes around.
Now the traditional facelift surgery. Miss Thompson. Now the traditional facelift surgery requires an incision be made along the hairline near the...
Anyone can wear a white coat, but not everyone is board certified in plastic surgery. Be safe. Be sure your doctor is a member of the American Society of Plastic Surgeons.
Alzheimer's disease, if left unchecked, will strike millions, including baby boomers, their children, and grandchildren in the coming years. As a scientist studying Alzheimer's disease for the American Health Assistance Foundation, I'm well aware that continued research is our only hope for finding a cure. Call 1-800-437-2423 or visit ahaf.org for free publications on Alzheimer's. Learn what you can do to help battle this deadly disease.
And there it is. That's the opening face-off of the second half. We're underway here in the third quarter. Champlin Park, the home team, leading Osseo Park Center.
And open up, push from behind, without possession, automatic possession over to Champlin Park, and they take over with the control in the first part of the second half.
Here come the Rebels on the attack. Blazer giving it down to McNeil. McNeil, who likes to set up shop behind the net. A little Gretzky-like. Misses the pass there, but did they get it back? Max Turgeon going back up top. Zach Turgeon with it now. Zach Turgeon fakes the shot. Oh, nice little feed. And a nice pass in reception in traffic by Max Turgeon, catching it from his brother Zach. And Max's shot just missed wide. Rebels do possess, though.
I like the way Champlin Park, you know, they'll make a move. Looks like they're going to put a dodge and go to it, but then as soon as that D draws to them, they're ready to get rid of that ball to the open guy. They do that very well. But I wonder if we give Blazer and let him do a little one-on-one split dodge, what he can accomplish. He showed some real quickness tonight.
Celine gives it off to Zach Turgeon. Zach Turgeon's going to regroup. And the Rebels trying to spread out that Osseo Park Center defense. Here comes Zach Turgeon onto the attack. Feeds Max Turgeon on the doorstep, and Max just barely missed that one. Now McNeil. McNeil buries it.
There we go, coming out of the wing. Ryan McNeil. And Turgeon did it right away from the other side, coming through and just missed the net, and he had an opening. It was a wide opening. And then Ryan McNeil comes back from the other side, drawing a D and pulling the backside guy off, and puts it away for them. Just a really nice move here. There's the under move that he got by the Osseo D, and bang, puts it away down low.
A lot of weapons there for Champlin Park at their disposal. I mean, you got the Turgeons working just beautiful passing plays. And then when that doesn't go, you got McNeil and Blazer just chomping at the bits, waiting to get into it.
They all got quick first moves, you know, and it pays off having 3-year and 4-year starters on your team, and they finally figure that out, and they see the opening and know what to do with it when they get there. And it's quick first steps, and they really have it.
Champlin Park wins the key face-off once again, and now they possess.
You know, this is where a team can really start building a substantial lead. OPC needs to stop right now. They don't want to get this too much farther out of hand. A 2-goal lead isn't, you know, they can catch up to that, but they need to assert themselves. They're starting out the second half like they started the first half.
Yeah, almost a exact beginning to the first quarter when they just couldn't get any possession, and Champlin Park was just going on the attack. Here comes Max Turgeon being defended up there by Brandon Denny. Gets around Denny. Gives it back behind to McNeil. McNeil puts the brakes on, gets away from a defender. Good space now, gets a little bit of a pick. And then a feed out front. Nice little cut in front. And the finish by Dylan Fettig.
Really nice play there.
Scoring for the Rebels, number 19, Dylan Fettig, with the assist coming from number 15.
Ryan McNeil coming back. A nice play. Kind of draws the 2D to him, and then Fettig gets himself set up right in the perfect spot in the slot and just buries it away off for a nice pass from Ryan McNeil. You know, I'm looking at these point totals too, Joe. I mean, I'm looking at, you know, McNeil, Dahlman, and Matt Blazer, and they're 1 or 2 or 3 goal assist differentials. I mean, they have almost as many assists as they do goals. It's very evident why that is. Ooh.
What a goal that was. Off the one face-off. We got a penalty after the play as well, but an exciting play there for the Rebels.
Long stick midi, Evan Schraub. They love those long sticks, man, Joe. They never get a chance to get a shot, and when they do, to put one away, that is, that's big time.
Evan Schraub was excited when he got that ball. You could tell he was on the attack for sure.
Yeah, real quickness here, and that larger stick, it doesn't look like much, but I'll tell you, it gets a little more velocity going toward that net, and looks like Zach Prokosh, number 44 of OPC, is going to go in for a penalty. I think it was a slashing goal or a body check. And for a body check. Now, the one thing about lacrosse is, the one thing you'll learn is that body checking is allowed. I mean, you're allowed to do that, but the intensity of the hit and the timing of the hit, you can't hit anybody, obviously, after the whistle's blown. That's what happened here. But you also notice, and you'll see a good check put out, and all of a sudden, wham. And then there's possession there now, Evan Schraub for having unsportsmanlike conduct, a little nudge after the goal. He'll be down, so they're both down a man, and Osseo Park Center gets the possession here.
Yeah, Schraub got up after the goal to defend himself and took offense to the hit. Eight to 4 now, the Champlin Park lead. Biggest lead of the game so far for the Rebels or for either team. And here comes Cole for Osseo Park Center. Corbin Cole, featured player. We have not talked about him much during this game, though.
Really hasn't touched the ball a lot. I don't know if he's not getting open or he hasn't been in that much, but oh my gosh, nice comeback here.
Lova Solo does it solo as he buries that one. 8 to 5 now.
Nice play. It looked like a little hesitation there, and then he picked it back up again, and that's what got him open to get his shot off. You'll see him coming around here. A little bit of a pick play, and then there was a hesitation, and then he came through and wound it down. Nice shot. He went upper corner on that one. You don't see a lot of those scored, Joe. You got to have some velocity on those to go upper part of the net on that to beat that big old basket that goalie's holding on to.
And that's all I'd be shooting at tonight here. I just upper corner, try to knock the water bottle off the net. Wrong sport again.
But when you're playing at that stick in hand, it does feel like hockey. I mean, I'm going to take that big booming slap shot. I like it.
Well, you can tell there's a couple of guys that got the big shots, big heavy shots.
Nice check by Cole there. Nice stick check.
Here comes Cole. Haven't called his name until this point. Here he comes. Big shot there, just missed. You could tell Cole has some good speed in the open field, though. And that was a great, as you said, defensive play to get possession.
And I think he's a little frustrated, too, and he's starting to show it. I think they held him out a little bit. There might be an injury there we didn't know about before the game, but all of a sudden he's gotten some quality time, and the ball magically just appears on his stick. Isn't that funny? Ooh.
Zach Turgeon. Nice passing play again as Turgeon fed Dahlman. A little tic-tac-toe right there. I think it was.
Yeah, just got a nice little, wasn't big velocity, just a nice drop-down shot here, and it beat Nicky Price here. We'll watch it come across here. Dahlman, real nice play. Comes across and just down it goes. Price wasn't ready for it. I think he was just surprised by the direction it was coming, and that's where that reverse pass coming in. You're starting on the right side, you bring it back to the left. We'll get that goalie out of position, and they ain't wearing the goalie pads on, so there isn't much there. They got to be quick with that basket and get it down quick on the back side.
Well, Champlin Park really has got some good style points for some of their goals here tonight, too. Like passing, you got to like the way Champlin Park plays the game.
On the assist, too. An assist isn't like hockey. Just because I give you a pass and you score doesn't mean that I'm going to give you an assist. You have to score within one step of receiving that ball before you can get an accredited assist in lacrosse.
Well, then how impressive is it the fact that that was Dahlman's third assist of the night?
Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, Osseo Park Center cuts back into that lead. As we talked about Dahlman's beautiful feed, we see one on the Osseo Park Center side. Burying one nice and deep was Alex Nelson.
And Corbin Cole again. Got possession of that ball about midfield, and away he would. You can see him coming in here now. Makes a quick fake pass, and then actually comes around and finds Nelson down low. Nelson cutting into the net, making a nice move, and comes in upper corner again. they might have found something here on Joey Dokken. They're starting to go high on him. He doesn't seem to get that basket across, so we'll see how long that continues before he catches up. But, boy, the passing in this game, Joe, has been really good all the way around. And we got a legal procedure or legal face-off by Champlin Park, so possession goes over to OPC.
OPC, critical juncture in this game right now. Down by 3, but with good possession, a little bit of momentum on their side. Kenneth. There he goes. Ellingbo now with it for Osseo Park Center. Ellingbo to the middle. Winds it up, fires, and there's that low save made by Dokken. Dokken's been so strong down low.
Yeah, he has. Really a nice setup there, too. They created a nice shot opportunity, but I think they want to continue to go high.
What an excellent play right there. Nice, clear, single-handedly by Grobner, getting a pretty big ovation from the crowd on that play. Now Celine, behind to Connor Smith. Back to Max Turgeon, now back to Connor Smith. Connor Smith feeling out the defense, now gives it back up top to Celine. Far side to Blazer. Back behind to Max Turgeon, to Blazer, and back out top.
Hands of Ryan McNeil, who's had a great game tonight, boy, I'll tell you.
Ryan McNeil usually catching the ball behind the net, now starts out from the middle and top, and guess where he ends up? Back behind the net once again. It's comfort zone. Blazer. Nice feed inside. Max Turgeon on the doorstep got denied by Nick Price, and Price makes a big save, a key one for Osseo Park Center.
Nice foot drag save there. He was on that one. It beat his basket, but he got his foot across to make a stop. Turgeon was a nice play. Again, Champlin Park, all that good ball movement, players moving all around.
Turnover by Osseo. Now they give it right back. Champlin Park gives it right back. Ground ball, fight for it. Just inside the half. Mid-court line there, and ball's going to go to Champlin Park.
Yeah, it'll be a push from behind without possession there, which you can't do. And somebody said something. Mike Rakos. That'll probably be an unsportsmanlike there. You know, don't compound your error by making one mistake and then adding another one on top of it. Now OPC is going to be a man down, but that's just an unsportsmanlike. You see here the push from behind. There's no possession there, but you can't do that, so that the whistle blows.
Words for the official.
Number 22, OPC, Mike Rakos for a push with possession.
Well, they called it a push for possession. Okay, so that's the difference. If it's a push without possession, it's just a changeover in possession. If it's a push with possession of the ball, it's a penalty. So now OPC will be down for a minute.
Talk me through the push with possession real quick.
If you have proven that you have possession of the ball, and you're pushed from behind, knocking you down or losing possession, that's a penalty. Now, if you're battling for the ball and you have not established possession, that you've lifted that basket with the ball off the ground, then that's just strictly a turnover.
A shot on goal there, and big save by Price. OPC will clear it. Offsides there on Osseo Park Center.
Yeah, forgot they were a man down. That's critical, and the penalty's over. It's only a 30-second penalty here, so Rakos is back in, and it's back to normal again. But Rebels setting up, going back to work.
Zach Turgeon engaging the defense, now pulling it back out, goes down low to Max Turgeon, behind the goal to McNeil.
Yeah, you're seeing one of the things that we're not caught up yet in Minnesota lacrosse here. You notice most of these guys are right-handed. 80% of lacrosse players are right-handed, and they always go to the right. Now, there's a difference there. Dahlman just went to his left. You're always looking for a good left-handed player that can really fire it up because it throws everything off. Everything's to the right side in this game. And I'll bet you'll start seeing a little bit more of Dahlman taking it up top, just to go to the left a little bit more.
Max Turgeon. Into the game now. Patterson catches it. Near side to Connor Smith. Behind the Blazer. Blazer look for someone at the near side. Nobody home for the Rebels. That's where Blazer's going to take it. Blazer getting away from the defender, going back behind to McNeil. Just over 3 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Champlin Park hanging on to a 3-goal lead. McNeil gains control. That was a good opportunity for the OPC team to get on that ball, and there's a shot up top and a goal. Luke Dahlman buries one. Dahlman having a monstrous game so far. We talked about the 3 assists. That's the second goal.
Yeah, the Dahlman came down to the left side. Watch, Stavik trying to make a play here. Watch go to the right, and then he commits to the right, and Dahlman can come around with that left hand, just like I was talking about. Oh, just rips a beauty into the upper right-hand corner. Just a great shot. Nick Price had about 3 guys in front of him, too. I think he was partially screened on that one, Joe. So the Rebels have hit 10 goals. They've gotten into double figures here.
Place they're awfully familiar with this season. They've been hitting that 10-goal mark quite frequently. In fact, they only missed it one time, and that's their one loss of the year, a 9-6 loss against Armstrong. Otherwise, they've been over 20 in one game, and they've flirted with 20 in a couple others.
Yeah. But you can see how they're doing it, though, Joe. They're steady. You're not seeing a lot of odd-man rushes like you do in basketball or in hockey, where you got 3 guys on there, too. They're just very steady. They work it very hard in the offensive zone, and they always keep moving. I mean, you said that right away. They're always moving, and that's creating some wonderful opportunities. They just slowly build and put balls in the net.
Well, they have a plan on the offensive side, and then when their plan breaks down, they're able to regroup and kind of get set and do it again. Solo now, who's had a nice second half, buries another one. Solo's gotten hot a little bit here in this quarter.
No, Osseo OPC's doing a little bit differently. They're using individuals. They're going to their big boys. They're going to Lovasolo. They're going to Rakos. And we've seen Cole now start getting involved. But they've been pretty much setting picks and going this direction. They'll start it one way, and then they'll bring a guy back the other way. Not by throwing the ball, but the guy actually running. And Champlin's giving him some openings to take shots. And again, they're finding that Dawkins weak up top. They're going up top on him.
Osseo Park Center are having trouble winning these face-offs, though. After they cut into the lead, they're not able to gain possession. And this time they do. That's big.
And see, this is where Cole really needs to step up for them. He came in and he took charge and grabbed that ball.
Cole feeling up the defense. He's going to take the ball down behind the goal. Cole walks it out. Tries to shoot. Misses wide. Rakos scoops it up. Rakos being pressured, defended by Grobner. One of the better defenders for this Champlin Park team. Now Rakos and Cole can't connect. Cole tries to run it down, and he can't catch it.
Grobner did a nice job just disturbing that whole deal here. And he's a sophomore right now. He's one of the sophomore D. Did a nice job and disrupted Rakos. Rakos is doing a nice job of switching his hands with that stick, too. You don't see a lot of that. And Grobner stuck right with him, kept his good body position and kept good stick position on him, and finally jogged it loose for a turnover. Oh my. See how OPC stacked their attack. They brought their attackmen, which were normally down low. They stuck them way up high by the midfield line just to really put a wall up there, and it worked effectively there. Rakos preventing movement, but Champlin came back with possession.
McNeil unable to break the line, now throws it up across, and Champlin Park wins the race to the ball. And Max Turgeon misses Zach Turgeon. Ball goes out of bounds. Osseo Park Center possession.
That was a big turnover here too, because for OPC, they're 3 goals down. They really want to start closing this gap. Don't give Champlin many opportunities right now to really start stretching that lead on you. So this is a critical clear for OPC.
Nick Price walks it up.
Nicely done.
Cutting across the middle there was Ellingbo.
He's got to get it in the box.
Ellingbo gets into the box and onto the tack, and he just misses wide. Race to see who can get closest to that ball, won by Champlin Park. It's going to be Rebels possession.
I was kind of surprised by that. It necessarily isn't close to the ball, it's closest to the end line. It looked like Mike Rakos, so OPC was closer on that one, but they got a shot off. Got a nice setup here, so now they got to go back and play some defense. Now you see the change in defense here. You got all the attackmen up front by the line. They're not going to give that line up easily this quarter. But your senior Matt Blazer kind of steps up here and takes control and does a nice job of clearing it.
Blazer feeds it back up top. Patterson. Now they go inside. And a big goal there coming out from behind the net, catching the pass and shooting all in one motion was Zach Turgeon.
Nice play coming up here. O'Neill down low.
Scoring for the Rebels, number 22.
This is to Max Turgeon. Really nice play.
With an assist coming from number 6, Luke Dillman.
Guess who got the assist? Luke Dahlman.
Oh, gee. There's a surprise.
2 goals, 4 assists on the night.
I don't know about you, Joe, but I'm really impressed with these top 3 scorers of Champlin Park. They really generate it and move it. And the Turgeons are playing well, but I'll tell you, McNeil, Dahlman, and Blazer have really impressed me tonight. Very steady, good leadership, good ball possession, know what to do.
Actually, I think they changed that last assist to McNeil. It might have been Dahlman.
I thought it was McNeil.
So McNeil got the assist
Yeah.
there. They take that one away from Dahlman, and Dahlman just, I don't know, not playing well enough to get that 4th assist, I guess. It'll have to come a little bit later, but doesn't get credit for the hockey assist there on the double set. That'll do it for quarter number 3. Champlin Park holding on to an 11-7 lead. We'll be right back for quarter number 4.
The traditional facelift surgery requires an incision be made along the hairline near the temple and then goes around.
Now the traditional facelift surgery. The traditional facelift surgery. The traditional... Miss Thompson. Now the traditional facelift surgery requires an incision be made along the hairline near...
Anyone can wear a white coat, but not everyone is board certified in plastic surgery. Be safe. Be sure your doctor is a member of the American Society of Plastic Surgeons.
Alzheimer's disease, if left unchecked, will strike millions, including baby boomers, their children, and grandchildren in the coming years. As a scientist studying Alzheimer's disease for the American Health Assistance Foundation, I'm well aware that continued research is our only hope for finding a cure. Call 1-800-437-2423 or visit ahaf.org for free publications on Alzheimer's. Learn what you can do to help battle this deadly disease.
When I was younger, I didn't want to admit I had a serious disease. Because of my diabetes, I lost the sight in my left eye. Misconceptions continue to surround this monster public health issue. But the simple truth is, diabetes can often be prevented and complications avoided. You're not alone. Understand the realities of diabetes and know that you can manage it and lead a full, active life.
Here we are back at Champlin Park High School, start of the 4th quarter. The Rebels holding on to that 11-7 lead. Champlin Park in the middle of a nice 3-game winning streak, coming in with a 5-1 record. And Osseo Park Center trying to get off the schneid a bit here. Lost 5 in a row. And after this game, they got some winnable contests coming up. They play Hill Murray, Elk River. Tough game against Blaine and a tough finish against Armstrong. So in some ways, it's getting a little bit easier in the short term, but in the long term, it's not any easier for Osseo Park Center.
No, OPC got a good win against Anoka the other night, but Anoka's below them. Probably not on the same level that OPC is, but they've got to make a charge here. They've made a good statement for 3 quarters here. 11-7 is not bad, but here's where they got to really start taking possession. They got to win faceoffs. They got to hold possession. Just don't let Champlin score, because I'll tell you what, when they get possession, they're just like a machine, Joe. They generally put the ball in the net here, especially in 3rd quarter. They were much more effective.
Saw Corbin Cole right there with possession. Looked like, it didn't look like really a shot as much as maybe a pass back to the backside. Nonetheless, they didn't connect, and now Osseo Park Center still with possession though. And we'll see if we can set up top here with Corbin Cole once again. Corbin Cole, nice little move, gets into the middle. His shot hits a little short, bounces high and wide, and ball goes out of bounds.
We were talking about this dodge coming to the right all the time. If you notice, Cole did that twice. Now we're starting to see that mid-D, number 34 for Champlin, come up and cover that and double team on that because they know exactly where he's going. They need to blend that off or pass off back to the left.
Champlin Park gaining possession, looking for the clear now. Nice wide pass to get away from that Osseo Park Center team that was on the attack. Blazer coming down, being defended by Dakota Stimson. Blazer comes out from behind, fires a shot looking near side and saved by Nick Price. Price got the ball up quickly, but unable to receive it there. It was Nick McCarty. McNeil got possession for Champlin Park right into the heart of the defense. McNeil feeds it deep into the heart of the defense to Connor Smith. Connor Smith turns, fires it, buries it.
You know, when your goalie gives you a save like Nick Price did on that first shot, you can't give it back up again. You got to reward him. And then Champlin just got possession back to Ryan McNeil, and he just finds Connor Smith standing right there, and he just rips it through, and now it's a 12-7 game here. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. And the Rebels know what to do with it when they get a turnover.
And that, you know, that last minute and a half stretch right there is exactly the difference in the game. Osseo Park Center gets some good possession here, unable to finish and unable to capitalize. Champlin Park comes down and quickly puts together a good scoring play. Cole gets into the box and back out.
Well, all of a sudden, they're very aware of Mr. Cole now. See, they're going to, Champlin will put a long stick defender on Cole, not to let him get loose. He has been effective in this first half once he's gotten in and gotten part of it. And, so now they're going to put that big long stick D on him. They won't let a short stick defend him.
Dokken made a save there, and the ball trickled toward the goal, but just wide. Now Cole's fighting for it near side, trying to scoop it up, gets pushed from the back, and that'll give Osseo Park Center possession.
Good body, but we see how aggressive the Rebels are going to be on Cole now. They're going to have to move it to the other side because they're going to really try and shut Cole down.
Almquist back out to Cole. And back to Almquist. Almquist's going to try to attack on his own. Gets into the middle. Nice looking pass. Turning and firing wide. It was David Voorhees. Voorhees caught the ball and initially wasn't really ready to shoot as quickly as maybe he should have.
Well, his right hand was covered. He wanted to shoot with his right hand, but he had to switch over to the left because they had it covered so well. You know, these defenders will start noting that either you're right-handed or left-handed. If you're right-handed, they'll overplay. It's like a basketball player can only go to his right side, and that's what happened there. But Almquist, number 8 here, he's an 8th grader. And made a really good play. Dodged in, saw was trapped off, and he came back up top, and he found Voorhees there. Just couldn't quite get the trigger pull, but it was a good play by the 8th grader.
Lovasolo, who's done such a good job in the second half, kind of going one-on-one against his defender. See if he has another one in him. 2 goals in the second half. Good spin move, gets to his forehand and scores. Boy, he's really had some nice plays, individual efforts from Lovasolo. 3rd goal in the second half, and that one cuts the lead to 12-8.
Well, the Rebels knew he was going to go to the right. You saw number 16 here. Watch him. He's playing with the right, and yet he puts a spin move on Lovasolo. And then the double team comes, the backup, and he still gets the shot off down low, and I'm wondering if Joey Dokken, who's been good on those low shots, was screened on that. It kind of took him a little bit by surprise. But Lovasolo's really showed some good acumen, really good moves, and gets OPC back within 4.
On the face-off, the Rebels gain control. Luke Dahlman to Zach Turgeon. Back up top, Dahlman over to Matt Patterson. Patterson now scoops it up. Blazer looking for McNeil.
little bit of a hiccup there.
Well, miscommunication, didn't really read each other right. McNeil gets a pick behind the goal. Centering feed, has that pass deflected. OPC gains control for a moment. Now ground ball fight. Champlin Park gets it. Zach Turgeon takes a big whack. Gets back to his feet, to his forehand. Nice pass. Dahlman buries it.
Zach Turgeon with a really nice play there, setting up nice, hesitated, faked the shot, and then he got it over to Dahlman, who was open and moving to the net. And you get him that close inside, he's going to bury it every time. Just a good shot, good setup and play. And again, look at this little hesitation and bang, he gets over to Dahl, who was already moving to the net, and just brings it in on the inside corner there.
Well, Luke Dahlman, 3 goals, 3 assists on the night. I'd say it's a pretty decent night for the Rebel.
To get him a Tam O'Shanter, that's a double hat trick there for him.
Nice. Got to make Gordie Howe proud and go start a fight.
Yeah. We've got to push from behind here. So change of possession over to OPC, and they really need that right now. They need to score a goal right now. They need to answer back right now with about 7:30 left in the game here.
Nelson with it for Osseo Park Center. Under 8 to go in this game. 5-goal deficit. Biggest one of the game. Nelson scores. Boy, Nelson and Lovasolo have really shown the ability to isolate their defenders and their ability to finish. They do it again. They just have not been able to keep the ball out of their own net here lately.
Yeah, Nelson showed me something there too, because the first goal he scored like that, he went to his right. This time he did a spin around, came to his left, and he brought it back. Watch this. Gets it on his left hand, and a good strong shot on the inside corner, and just Dockin had no answer for that one. I think we're seeing the contrast in styles here too. It's kind of been one-on-one dodge for OPC, and it's been ball movement pretty much for the Rebels.
Right. OPC just not able to get control on these faceoffs. That's just been a big dagger tonight.
Well, when they do, they've generally been starting putting the ball in the net too, and that time, well, it could cost them now because Champlin's been very efficient here in the second half with their possessions.
OPC wins some faceoffs, but they haven't been able to put multiple ones in a row together. They get that goal, they cut into the lead, and then now they get the big save. Good shot there by Blazer. Blazer's going to get his own ball back, though. Another shot and a goal. This one got slid over, and then firing it up there was Connor Smith off the ground ball pickup.
Another one for Connor Smith here. Nice play, just a pickup on a ground ball that skittered out, and all of a sudden, wham, he's got an opportunity there. You see the ball moving around. We'll see Blazer come in, try to get one off. A good save by Nick Price there. Just couldn't reach out. The ball bounced too far. Blazer gets it out. Now watch Connor Smith. They just pick it up, and bang, I'm going to rip this thing. And he went up high into the left-hand corner, and he's made a nice play. That's two. And he gets in that middle spot, Joe. Looks like he knows where that net is. He can find the corners on it.
2 goals in the 4th quarter for Smith. A couple of big ones, keeping Osseo Park Center at bay. So here they go. Now they win a face-off. Just haven't been able to get those big ones. Now a turnover. Blazer gets it. Blazer with possession behind the Osseo Park Center goal, gives it off to McNeil.
Now, I'm Champlin Park, I'm the coach. Slow down, possess it. We've got a 5-goal lead right now. Relax, make every possession count, work some time off that clock.
Push in the back there on Osseo Park Center. We'll push from Brandon Denny. That'll stop play for a moment. Champlin Park with possession. McNeil with the ball. Zach Turgeon now behind the goal. Trying to get away from his defender. Got some help coming from Blazer, and he gives it to him. McNeil now over to help Blazer.
Oh, Champlin's doing a great job here, Joe, aren't they? Just possessed, and they'll probably get a stall warning here and have to start keeping it into the box. Oh, there was a mistake.
McNeil and Blazer not connecting right away, and now a push in the back called on Champlin Park's Michael Borrell, and Possession goes to Osseo Park Center. Got to hurry up a little bit. Quite the contrast from Champlin Park's approach. They got to go quick. Nelson behind to Cole. Sorry, that's Rakos.
And now here you call out a number. They've been doing well in the dodge. Set a pick, get somebody selected. Either get them down up top or on the side, off the wing, and just let them go. That's where they've been successful.
Nice ball movement there. The shot up top hits the goaltender right square as Dockin made the save. But again, that time probably pretty good movement from Osseo Park Center.
Yeah.
Good shot from Almquist. And clear by Champlin Park. Race for the ball ensues. Who's going to win this one? Rebels.
Turgeon did a nice job. He followed the old principle, man ball, man ball. Take the man out, get your body in between him and the ball, and then go for the ball.
Blazer. Ooh, big body check there. Nice hit. Physical play by Tyler Schmitz. Lights up a Rebel forward. Tackle. Turnover now. Dangerous play. Ball finally scooped up by Osseo. What an attack by Champlin Park being put on. McNeil getting possession back to the Rebels.
Well, these guys have been leaders on both ends of the field. They can transition and play quick, tight, nasty little defense. They're really putting pressure on the defense of OPC, and they can't clear it.
If they lose possession in Osseo territory, they don't give up.
No.
They get after that ball. They want it back.
Bunch of junkyard dogs out there just clawing after it. I'm really impressed with the way these three kids play.
Blazer up from behind the goal, buries it 5-hole.
Yeah, you want to be disciplined, but boy, when Blazer gets open like that, he just felt that pressure melt away from him. He knew the minute he broke away, Joe, that he was open, and he just kind of turned around, took a good look here. Watch this move. Just beats the man out of the backside there quickly and takes his time, gets a good look, and he brings it around, finds that 5-hole and buries it. How many does Mr. Blazer have this evening, Joe? I'm forgetting.
Well, it's a lot to count, it seems like anyways. I got him for 3, but you know, that's unofficial. You have to.
I'm going to take your word for it because I thought it was at least 3, so.
I'm going to have to watch Sports Jam in a couple days to figure out the real. Sling into the box and back out. Sling back in again. Doing a good job possessing. Gives it off to Connor Smith now. To the near side to Blazer. Back to McNeil. Under 3 minutes to go in this one. What do you think, Dan? Can they possess it with no goals for the last 3 minutes?
Well, every indication showed me they sure can. Just don't fumble it if they keep making smooth passes here. Now, when it gets under 2 minutes, they're going to have to keep it inside the box now since they're the lead team. They're not going to be able to, draw the whole second half of the field. So we'll see if Osseo can adjust to that. They need to press, though. They really do. And I know it's going to cause maybe somebody to get open, but they've really got to start getting a little more aggressive here. They got to score some goals, and they're just letting them run around. You got to get in there and start really getting nasty with them.
Nice job defensively. Getting the long stick in the way of that pass, and then some physical play. Dakota Stimson made a nice defensive play.
But he let his elbow get a little wild there, and that's a minute penalty. We'll see him make a good play there, and then he feels that pressure on him, and he just comes right back and puts, is that McNeil down? Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if I had given up as a defense core 15 goals, I'd have a lot of 1 minute penalties by now. A little frustration to be sitting in on my part. Stimson, good play, but then followed it up with a 1 minute penalty there. So let's see Champlin Park on the power play. 2:10 to go.
Well, I just watched the ball move, and really the Rebels are good. I don't think OPC's played that bad a game, Joe. I've been really impressed, and now we're going to get another penalty on OPC. Flags down. Now, they won't blow the whistle until that ball either hits the ground or changes possession here. So Champlin will just take it and ride it out. They got to keep it inside the box. They can't go outside.
Oh, look at that little nifty move there by Max Turgeon. Running out of room to his left hand, did a little spin around there to get to his right hand and almost got a good scoring chance out of it. finally a stoppage of play, and now you see the penalty on OPC.
So we got a slashing penalty. So Osseo's down 2 guys now. Osseo Park Center. Number 47, Chris Cogswell.
Number 47, Chris Cogswell, slashing.
So take us to the lacrosse rules. Under 2 minutes to go. What's the rule?
If you're the leading team, under 2 minutes to go, you must keep the ball. Once you get possession inside the box, you must keep it inside the box. You can't have it go outside, which is a fairly easy matter now because Osseo's down, or OPC's down 2 ends, so they're not pushing too hard. They have to play a zone here.
So when you watch lacrosse, and let's say it's a 1-2 goal game, what does that do to the game? Have you seen a lot of comebacks because of that type of rule?
Yes, I have. I've seen a lot of them. It just forces everything close, and if your defense is playing well and being aggressive, they're going to stop any outlets, and then you double team the guy with the ball, and it causes a turnover because you're so close. You're not getting out of position by running a double team.
Good ball movement right now for Champlin Park. McNeil, Smith playing catch. Back to McNeil and to Smith. McNeil, Osseo with 1 player back onto the field now. Running into the action comes Sam Keniff.
And they're back to full strength now. So, but just the discipline that the Rebels have, don't need to score, no big deal. I'm just going to keep running away.
McNeil lost his stick, and then we had a stoppage here. Ball's going to go to Osseo Park Center, and McNeil's still confused to why.
I am too. I don't know what he called there. Now, on this one here is just Champlin player or the LPC player started at the wrong spot, so they brought him back.
There's Fafa Asante trying to use some of his speed to get to the outside. Now he's getting double teamed, uses his goaltender, Nick Price. Price gives it back to Asante, or tries to, gets it intercepted by McNeil. And there's what you call discipline right there.
Yep, and class.
There's a lot of people that would have lit one up right there. McNeil intercepts, takes it behind the goal. Doesn't need to boost his stats. He had a big enough game already, as did the rest of his Champlin Park Rebels counterparts, as they finish this one off with a victory.
Well, it was a good start for Champlin. They got challenged early. It was a tougher game, I think they thought it would, but just that good ball control, accurate shooting, and tight defense really did a nice job for them tonight as they come away with a win. And now Friday night, the big game. They got to go out to Blaine and take on the defending conference champions, and the way they play tonight, they might have a shot at this, Joe. They were pretty impressive to me tonight. OPC, I thought they played better than they expected. They held the ball better. They've been catching and passing the ball better. Face-offs hurt them. Face-offs hurt them a lot on that and some of the turnovers. But good game tonight.
Oh, you said it. They play at Blaine on Friday night for Osseo. They drop another one here, and they play. From Champlin Park High School, it's Channel 12 coverage of boys high school lacrosse. And tonight it's a Northwest Suburban Conference clash between the Champlin Park Rebels and the Osseo Park Center Oriole Pirates, I guess we'll call them tonight. Along with Dan Ficken, I'm Joe Moline. We're excited for this great matchup here tonight. Champlin Park comes into this game with a lot of success. Osseo right now on a bit of a losing streak coming in and looking to